Hi, my name is Sherry Kane. I'm an investigative journalist. I'm reporting to you from Hilo, Hawaii today at the State Judiciary Building. Today I came on behalf of Dr. Leonard Horowitz to a non-judicial foreclosure auction that occurred right here in front of the building.
Those who want to make a bid, please state the amount. There's only one qualified person
That's
here.
him.
That's him.
Yes, a non-judicial, you heard that right. It was not approved by any court. They held it here right under the flagpole and the state seal.
Has Mr. Sulla made you aware?
Hold on a second. I'm not going to any more conversation. It's no more conversation.
Mr. Sulla was ruled a reckless man and fined for knowingly making frivolous arguments to the U.S. tax court. He was disqualified by a federal district court for lying and subverting legal obligations. He was reported for laundering money through United First Financial Company, an alleged pyramid scheme. He was publicly censored for professional misconduct by the Supreme Court of Hawaii. He runs a Jonestown-like church and leads people in hallucinogenic drug trips. He manufactures and traffics the psychotropic drug ayahuasca for religious services, netting $700,000 annually, according to sworn statements.
I'm finished with conversation. I'm going to hold the auction. You can have a conversation without cameras flying, without us being able to do something.
This is Paul.
We had an encounter with Mr. Paul Sulla, who is the attorney for the people that are involved in this fraudulent case. I've called you, and so is Dr. Horowitz. Who is she, your wife?
Okay, I'm going to call for a bid for the auction.
Go ahead.
He also was here with another young man named Jason Hester, who is supposedly the heir to the person who is involved in selling the property.
You don't ask him anything. You ask me. You ask me.
Why would you set this young man up?
Are you his attorney?
Is there any way for us to
You're
explain
his attorney,
to you?
and you're taking his bid.
This is a foreclosure case we're dealing with, a case that should have never gone into foreclosure. Dr. Leonard Horowitz has paid the man who had sold him the property, paid the lender everything, and now the man has since died, but he has come back from the grave with an attorney and a man who claims to be his nephew.
I don't understand
Okay,
this.
that's
Paul.
okay.
I don't understand.
No offense. You can't do
We're going to
that.
publish your reputation on the line. How do you feel about
No,
that?
he's going to lose.
Hester,
This is going to go all over.
I hope you're related to Mr. Lee.
When I spoke to his relatives, his sisters, they claimed that he did not have a nephew. So there's a fraud going on right here. This is an attempt to extort Dr. Leonard Horowitz of more money, and this has been an attempt from the beginning to do so.
The whole thing has been an outrageous fraud from the very beginning. The initial challenge to the purchase and sale was that a couple days before the purchase and sale of the property was to be consummated and escrow closed, we received a $150,000 extortion notice that Mr. Lee, the seller, was going to squat on the land and refuse to give up certain promised parcels and property. And so we ended up creating an agreement for closing escrow that promised, if they promised to vacate, an additional $25,000 to be paid if they treated us kindly. Well, they didn't treat us kindly at all. We got amazing, horrible feedback from the people that were engaged with us. We were being persecuted, we were being harassed. They contacted the insurance company, they had the insurance canceled so that they could bring foreclosure. They contacted the county to shut us down. The county basically issued requirements, summonses that we respond and then eliminate all signage from the street on the internet, so we couldn't advertise, we couldn't even have guests in the ministry come because of what they had then done. The construction and the planning department, they also noticed, they also complained. They basically shut us down as well in any further constructions. So in essence, over about 8 years now, we've been fighting this insanity that stems initially from an extortion demand.
Well, I honestly, I don't believe that you know what we've been
dealing with.
I'd love to hear from you what you know, because it would give me some appreciation for where you're coming from.
Okay.
Because that would help me in terms of negotiating a fair, reasonable settlement.
There's no degree of separation, bias, fraud, or anything could have happened because the person receiving the bid was also the attorney for the person who gave the bid. So this is obviously a complete fraud, and the attorney should have known that he has to have a degree of separation. Just like a degree of separation, you file a lawsuit and you literally have to have someone else serve it. You can't serve it yourself.
If he's bidding, he has
As
to
terms
use
of the
the rules.
conditions hereunder, the mortgagee may provide a credit bid of the amount that he is owed. This is on the conditions that were published.
The credit bids has nothing
So
to
he's
do.
putting a credit bid for the amount he's owed. He does not have to do the 10%. Okay, I'm going to call for a bid for the auction.
Go ahead. You got it.
You're going to bid in the
So, let's
purchase
go.
order, the amount that's owed? Yeah. Okay, the amount is bidden for what he's owed, which is, at this rate, $225,000.
And he's going to give you a certified check.
Hold on.
Okay, everybody's talking. However, we're holding an auction. The auction, we have a bid. Is there another bid? Is there another bid? No, if not,
This is a fraud,
the bid
Joe.
accepted. He has accepted.
So now will you talk to
Well,
us
we
now
can
that
go to
he's
court. You can talk afterwards, but the auction is completed.
Okay, good. Can we now ask him what he knows about this case?
That's it.
You
That's
have
all
no
we-
idea
You don't
what
have
you
no
get yourself
story what you
involved
get yourself
in. You have
into,
no
but
idea.
you and Mr.
You
Sulla
have
have
no
a good
idea how
day.
much media is going to
But remember,
Do you conduct these kind of interviews with
Constantly. I've never conducted one where it was.
where was this adversarial?
Fair one, is that what you're saying?
No, this isn't fair, Mr. Sulla. This is a fraud.
This is injustice, and I'm going to make sure that if you don't make it right, Mr. Sullivan, we will document this. It will go all over the press. It will go all over
Over the press. You can't even blush before they go by that building because it was a den of iniquity? That it was a sex haven?
Yes.
That Mr. Oh, yeah, Mr. Sulla. I bring the people. That man kidnapped a young boy and he's getting ready to come. We're going to bring him down with him. That house was a
Mr.
Cecil Flores. A gay man. And in church, and that church
is a
for
fraud.
over 3 years I've dealt with those people, her, Ricky, and all the rest of them. The fraud and the con that has been going on for years on that land is ridiculous. Bye, Mr. Hester. We'll be seeing you again. It's not that easy. It's really not that easy, Mr. Hester. Allegedly, you are a family member. Go like Obama and get your birth certificate in order.